Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, am I happy? If you had to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 today, how happy are you? You might assume because you're in a great relationship and you've got your health and your business is doing well, you must be happy, right? Just because it appears that you have it all together doesn't mean that deep down you aren't feeling unhappy and unfulfilled. Look, none of us are happy all the time. But recent studies report that North American adults are the least happiest they've been in 50 years. So what's the solution? How do I become happier regardless of the situation I'm in? In this video, we explore just that. At the end of this video, I'll have given you several ideas on how you can work on becoming happier and feeling more fulfilled in your life. I want you to know that I need to work on this too. There's not one of these points that I'm gonna be making today that I'm perfect at. I'm a work in progress like the rest of us. But developing a self-awareness around how we can become more happy is the only way for things to actually change. It's my hope for you that after this video, you will be on a path to living a happier life. My first point, learn to forgive. The people that we have not forgiven for things in the past are often the people that pop into our head the most. It might not be every day, but every once in a while, in the middle of the night, or on a lunch break, or even when you see something that reminds you of them, there it is again, their face, occupying space in your brain, triggering you to feel a certain way. Learning to get rid of this negative trigger is the only way you're gonna live happier and longer. This is something I'm working on every day, but being aware of it has helped me immensely. What I found is when I forgive someone else, I'm forgiving myself. And that might seem weird, but it's true. Holding a grudge against someone who has hurt you in the past is not just about them and what they did to you. It's also about what you allowed them to have happen to you. Even if it was out of our control, we still hold ourselves accountable, and it's not healthy to do that. I'll give you some examples. Shortly after I had 8 feet of my lower bowel removed, I found myself resenting the doctor and the surgeon who suggested I had the surgery, and I was angry for years. And I started thinking that maybe there was another way and maybe things could have been different. And they could have saved my lower bowels and I wouldn't have been relegated to a permanent ileostomy. And finally, after many years of working through it, I forgave them, even though it had nothing to do with them. They called a shot that probably ended up saving my life. What I realized after working through my issue was that deep down I was mad at myself for allowing them to do this to me. At the end of the day, that surgery saved my life. And it's the reason I'm here today. But for years after that surgery, those feelings and emotions were literally dominating my thoughts. For you, it might be a different situation, or maybe somebody hurt you in a different way. Maybe even someone who did something to you unintentionally. I'm telling you, finding a way to forgive them is the first step for you to move on and live a happier life. My second point, cultivate optimism. The world is full of pessimistic thinkers, and these thinkers help fuel the problems that we are facing. Your challenge? It's to not be one of them. Pessimistically inclined people are some of the most unhappy people that I've ever been around. They are waiting for the next thing to go wrong, or the next government to screw them, or their partner to cheat on them again, just like the old one did. Look, one of the things I do to work on my optimism is I'm always thinking of what positive could come out of the situation first, before I think about the negative impact. Now, this sounds easier than it is, but you literally have to catch yourself doing it and heading the wrong direction and course correct as it's happening. I'm not saying we can't think of the negatives that may come with the situation, but start by thinking, what can I learn from this? Or how will this positively impact me long term? Are some keys to staying optimistic. Another way to cultivate optimism is to focus on what you do have and not what you don't have. Pessimistic people are always focused on what they don't have and what's going wrong. Increase your gratitude for the gifts and the blessings you've already received. This will open you up to receive more goodies in the future. My next point, set goals for your life. This one is super important. I built another YouTube video on how to build a goal binder, and more videos are coming. I also have more content around this. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill wrote, the most important thing that you can develop in your life is a clarity of purpose, a clarity of aim, and a clarity of plan. What can't be measured can't be improved. Setting goals is one of the simplest ways to maintaining happiness. The key is to set them up in a way that you can actually accomplish them. And by accomplishing these small goals, these little wins are are gonna feed your happiness. Nothing screams unhappiness more than you drifting through life without real purpose. When you're setting goals and you're focusing on the future and you're working hard to achieve something, the sense of accomplishment once achieved feels amazing. And you can actually feel the dopamine being released into your brain. It's amazing. If you've never set goals before, I recommend picking 3 areas to start. Maybe it's your fitness or your business or your personal fun, or maybe it's a spiritual goal and a financial goal. Whatever it is, start by keeping it simple. In my financial business, I start by telling my clients, those who have never saved money before, look, if you can save $100 a month, one day you can learn to save $100 a week. But you're never gonna save $1,000 a month if you can't start by saving $100 a month. Setting goals is a habit. Achieving success is a habit that can be developed, and that a habit that you can set yourself up for little wins throughout the year. And who doesn't like winning? Next point, take care of your body. In Tony Robbins' Pyramid of Mastery, the physical body is the first layer of the foundation to mastering oneself. If you want to improve your happiness, start by treating yourself and your body better than you ever have. This will help you impact your emotions and meaning in life. Then it'll spill into your relationships. It'll help you impact your time management. Then it'll help you be happier at your career. Then it'll ultimately change your finances, and you will eventually seek ultimate contribution and spirituality in your life. Sometimes the world is going to feel like it's crumbling around us, but knowing that you have respect for yourself and your body is going to help give you the confidence to persevere. This is going to allow you to stay happier on a day-to-day basis, purely because one less thing for you to worry about. It's one less stress and one less thing you have to be fixated on. My next point, remember that failure is not final. I find it at times that we're going through life, we'll be happy, we'll be fulfilled, and all of a sudden the setbacks will start coming in, and those will hold us back for weeks and months and even years from feeling happiness. Sometimes as a marriage ends, or we lose a loved one, or business venture we've been spending years building comes to a close. Even though the pain of the feeling in the moment is almost unbearable, just remember that the feeling in life helps us build more resilience. The more setbacks, the more we fail, the more resilient we become. Not everyone even tries. At least you gave it a shot and it didn't work out. Everyone who tries eventually fails at some point. Embracing failure is often the first critical step on the road to success. And when one door closes, the next door opens. Often, this signals a new beginning, a new direction, down a new path, and a new adventure. Failure is not the end. Failure is the beginning. So, there it is, some keys to happiness. All those points I'm currently working on every single day to better my life. I want you to identify which points you need to work on the most, and I want you to start there. And I would love to hear in the comments below which ones you need to work on, and if there's others that you think would value you in your life. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to lead a fulfilled life. Please take this stuff seriously, and I will see you in the next video.